Hail and well met. Welcome to the Westgate Irregulars, Rashemen edition. This is the half of the team that is exploring Rashemen. I am your DM, Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga and the forthcoming Empire of Exiles. And I'm here to lead them through on a merry chase through the far land, as it is called sometimes. Before we start introducing our players, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor real quick. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, which includes Frida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angel saga. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Epic, Xbox One, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. Right now, I think we have a new character, Gosrick, has just come out. He's a druid, a gnome druid that works with ice. He's delightful. He has a little shop with him. He's very fun. He's cool because he's in Farida's slot, and normally I would say don't use anybody else. But you should try Gosrick. If you're here from Idle Champions, you will notice there's an Electrum Chest code just for you at the bottom of the screen. So go ahead, grab that, type it in, get yourself some cool stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, welcome to Dungeon Scrawlers, because I say this every time. You can check them out at idlechampions.com. This is Rhiannon's turn.
Eric said he was going to go.
Eric
Go,
said he was
Eric.
gonna go.
Whatever order we want to
changed all
go
the
in.
order. Okay, well, one of you start talking.
All right. Hi, I'm Eric Scott DeVee. Frequently the DM of this campaign, but not this time. Erin is taking us on this fantastic adventure through Rashemen. We are still raising money for embattled Ukraine, which is being invaded by Russia, and they could use your help. So click down there somewhere below us in the doobly-doo, and you'll find a link to our charity. I am playing Sebastian, who is from Rashemen, from Running Rocks, and he is a fighter artificer. And he is an old friend of Tsetseliya's.
Hey, I'm Rhiannon Held. I also write books as RZ Held. My urban fantasy is under Rhiannon Held, the Silver series. My space opera is under RZ Held, the Amsterdam Institute series. More on that in a second. But I have two other sponsors to tell you about. Both make dice, and both are awesome in different ways. In a realm where most warriors use plastic light weapons, Norse Foundry specializes in metal dice. When you roll them, it feels like you are skillfully smashing the rigid armor of the monster horde. Norse Foundry offers other cool gaming accessories as well, and you can find their store and more about them at norsefoundry.com. Phoenix Dice is named for the creature that rises from the ashes, because they use all recycled materials for their dice. They're always designing and testing multiple types of recycled materials for your enjoyment. Raising dice from the ashes and onwards to epic adventures. You can find their dice and accessories at phoenixdice.com. And the reason I'm going to talk about my books is the fifth novella in my series came out last week, Pure Motives. We mentioned it on stream. And in case any of you are interested in space opera, today we are giving away the first 4 in a compendium volume, an ebook, so it's international. Stephen's going to give you some details about how to enter, but I'm going to give you some details on what this book is about. Nanite, an implant internal technology, began in Pax Romana Planetary Empire's army, but it hasn't stayed there. Across 4 novellas in more than a century, 2 natives of the conquered planet Idle must each contend with technological abilities thrust upon them without their consent. Written by an archaeologist, this collection includes snarky AI, sexy times, and protagonists who survive.
Nice.
Sexy times.
You gotta have some of that.
You guys, Rhiannon wrote it. We all know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you not lean into your strengths?
How many smoldering looks do people exchange, though? Because I know that is something that Rhiannon
How
herself
many
enjoys a lot.
elbow touches?
Well, not necessarily,
Elbow
because sometimes
touches.
smoldering looks are hot, and sometimes they're because the people don't talk to each other. So my people, they talk to each other. Anyway, over to Stephen.
Wait, no, it's me.
Oh, sorry. I'm screwing it up. I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Yang Yang Wang, and I have I play Stomac Guk, the barrel-chested, barrel-wearing, very hairy heir of the Murder Bear tribe. Over to you, Steven.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
all we were waiting for.
Quick and easy.
Oh man, you're the best.
I want to get to the dice rolling, but I want to hear about these amazing giveaways.
All
first.
right, so yes, we have giveaways. I'm Stephen Merlino. I play Sturge, that guy. He is an arcane trickster and diviner and other things. We're going to have 2 giveaways today, but there's actually 4. There's 2 giveaways today, and you can apply for, enter for each one either on our chat here or on Discord. So that's 4 entries you can make to win. The first giveaway, I'll tell you about that first, and then I'll tell you about Rhiannon's, is from Phoenix Dice. And rather than dice and a tray this time, we're doing inspiration tokens, which is super cool and new at Phoenix Dice. So you should go there and check them out to see what you're entering for. And while you're there, you might want to check out their 40% off spring sale. To enter for the inspiration tokens, you type in !picket into chat here on Twitch. For our second giveaway, as Rhiannon already said, you're going to type in !enter on the chat here on Twitch. Both giveaways are also available on Discord, however. So go to the tavern there and you follow the directions. Actually, and the giveaways and polls, you'll see them there. And just all you have to do is do a little emoji in the comments for each one, and you are entered. Those last for 3 days, so you have till Friday to do that. But good luck.
Okay. That's everybody.
Yeah,
That
can I
means we're
make
gonna
a
start.
quick plug, actually? I know I was saying I was the one wanting
Sure.
to get to dice rolling, but we're actually doing additional dice rolling this upcoming Monday with the Dark Souls one-shot. 5 of us are playing with guest player Trevor Bettis and guest DM Richard August, who is one of the head writers and designers of the Dark Souls TTRPG. He's going to give us some pre-made characters and take us through all the rigorous combat, and we're going to see how many times we perish in total on this.
It's going to be.
We get to respawn, right? We get to respawn a lot.
Yeah.
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 Awesome.
So part of the game will be what's the minimum number of times we can respawn? Or let's just go for broke and see how many times we can respawn. Can we make Richard cry?
I love it.
Can we test the bounds of this game?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Richard is pretty tough. I guess we'll see.
But yeah, it'll be this upcoming Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard
We will
Time
have
on this channel.
Another
Daylight.
Electrum Chest code for you if you are into that sort of thing. You all
Sweet.
are, I know it. Okay.
Okay.
So where we were last time, you guys had found the strange plant thing in the back of Lazar's fireplace, and worked out that this may be a remnant of the siphoning spell. You showed the spell to Igor. He said it's incomplete, and Sturge, you're looking at it. In looking at it, you realized it had possibly an error in it. There was an imbalance that might have caused
Right.
problems.
Right. And the nature of the problems was trying to remember. Did I
You have-
have a handle on that?
You had the sense that it was out of balance, that it was going to sort of something was going to need to be displaced in order for it to come back into an equilibrium.
That's right. And that's why that little
That's
weird
why you
plant.
think that's why you think the weird plant is related. And when Stong looked at the weird plant, he saw Lazar's face in the shifting light of whatever it actually is. You 3 went up to Brother Nikafor's scriptorium and
robbed the shit out of it.
robbed the shit out of it, got some of Lazar's old books to review, and returned back to Brother Igor's workshop. Artemisia went off to meet Clement to try and enlist him in your shenanigans. They didn't go great, but the date seems to have gone well enough. We will get to that in just a second. So the 3 of you have retired to Igor's workshop. with Brother Nikafor's books in tow, and you are, maybe you're going through these, you're sitting up and looking at them. The workshop is warm from the forge, and Igor is sort of setting out bedrolls for you. As you flip through these books, you find lots of places where there are notes from Lazar. You recognize his hand by this point. And one thing that really strikes you is the banality of them. This is someone who's really likes what he's studying. Someone who's really smart and very observant. You don't see hints of someone as narcissistic and angry as the man you knew. And you're left to kind of ponder, did something change? Or just to marvel at how someone can be both a very bright young man and a monster. As they say, the room's warm. It's been a long day. Sebastian, you find your mind wandering, and you are drawn toward the memory of the moment that inarguably led you to this place, which is the last time you saw Tsetseliya. So, you guys have gone off to somewhere private. Where did you go?
Well, clearly it was one of the hookup spots that I have not taken you all. I think in this case it would be okay, is it outside the settlement or is it somewhere in the settlement?
You're in the settlement. Going
Okay.
out would get everybody's attention.
Right. Okay, so it's a disused cave that partly collapsed, and that's why no one lives there or works there. But we've
Romantic.
Cecilia and I,
romantic.
working together, have managed to erect a roof over the leaky part. So there's only a little bit of leak.
It's only
it's-
a little bit wet.
It's a warm, clear night, so there's no rain right now.
So you guys have gone off alone. You've spent some time together.
I
You're
want to roll
lying.
sleight of hand to see if I filched a jeweled. Let's see.
Okay.
I got a 14.
You got the jeweled. You got the half-empty bottle. You're pretty sure Brother Patya saw you, and
Mhm.
you're gonna have to do him a favor later.
Yeah, we'll take
That
care
he
of that
doesn't
later.
tell. So you guys are a little tipsy. You've spent the evening together. You're flushed. You're comfortable. You're happy. This is working out great. She kind of pokes you, and she's like, if I told you Lazar wasn't going to be home, we could have just not had to lie on rocks.
But rocks are so comfortable. What are you talking about? Plus, you're lying on top of me. Surely I am more comfortable than rocks.
Much. She sighs and she says, when we run away to Telflam, I want to spend some coin on a room where you can't touch both walls at the same time and nobody can hear us.
Does such a place exist?
It has to.
It
Don't you
must,
hear the
right?
stories? The berserkers say the cities are endless.
I don't know how we're going to talk anyone into letting us go on Darjema, but it is fine dream.
You keep talking like we're going to ask for permission. She reaches across, she grabs the jewel, and you've got your arms around her, but she goes stiff. She freezes. You follow her gaze kind of over you, and you see Lazar is standing there looking down at you. Yeah, fury in his face. He is looking right at you. You've always. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This isn't what it looks like.
Roll me deception.
Oh, good. Hey, Sebastian has a mighty +0 in deception.
The difficulty check on this is something else, because yeah, you've always been afraid of Lazar.
For good reason.
Yeah, In this moment, you know you haven't been afraid enough. There's a split second where you're pretty sure you're gonna die.
Holy shit.
And then Tsetseliya pushes up, her hand comes up, and before you can do anything, she casts a spell. The fury just slides off his face like a mask, and he regards you with this kind of confused expression.
Oh, shit.
I was already. I was thinking of what spell to cast. I was like, Ray Frost. Is he going to deflect that? I don't have my sword. I can't do. Wait a minute. What just happened?
It's the charm. I charmed him. She's like standing
You
up,
what?
pulling up her clothes. It's a charm. You go. I can't hold him forever. This is it. You have to go get your bag.
What bag?
The bag so we can go. Come on. She grabs Lazar and she says, "We are going this way." And she gets Lazar walking out of the cave, and you're left. You go get your bag. Is the only
Bag?
thing she said to you.
All right. I run back to my dwelling, and I look for something approaching like a bag. Realize that I don't have one prepared.
You're not ready for this. You know that she might have gotten him right now. But that spell, that doesn't stick if he manages to push past it.
Oh, learn it. Rolls,
You-
clothes, what do my hands are shaking. What I need help. we gotta figure this out. But if I go to somebody, if I tell somebody, I'm gonna get in trouble. But then Lazar's gonna kill me, and Ilya's gonna get in trouble. But then Lazar might kill her too.
You hear a sound by the door.
Is it Lazar?
No, there's a witch standing in the door.
Hail, lady.
Something troubles you, brother.
It has been an emotional day. I straighten up. I need assistance if you would not mind helping. I fear for my safety and that of my friend.
That is a very serious problem. Come, show me.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I'm committed. All right. I follow along.
It's weird remembering this. You don't remember this witch's name anymore. You can still see the fox pattern on her mask and the dark green of her robes. You're running and you look back and there she is following you, and suddenly there's more than one of her. There's 4 witches going with you. And
maybe Lazar would have been a better choice.
that indecision is sitting there, and you just want this to be okay. Nothing feels like it's gonna be okay.
Tsetseliya will be all right. I will be all right. We'll be all right. It will go all right. I keep telling myself, but again, I have a deception score of +0.
Do you, with a 16 deception, Sebastian, do you believe yourself?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. I have a little bit of hope that maybe we'll all come out of this all right.
You race back to Lazar's house, and there's Tsetseliya. There's Lazar, and he has definitely broken free. There's charred spots on the rock where they've been throwing spells at each other. You see her growing up. She's down to just like colored lights. This is not working. She's getting frantic. The air smells like sulfur. And then they both suddenly freeze. The witches are all around them, and this has to stop. There is Tsetseliya looking at you, She is so afraid and so hurt. And you can almost hear her say, "You coward." And then they take her and she's gone. No one asks what you knew. Everyone says you did the right thing. Here was Lazar. So dangerous. They all knew it now. They all knew it. And here was this secret he was keeping from all of you, and you were supposed to be brothers. But you don't forget that look in her face. And now you're back here, where you're supposed to be.
I haven't
Lord,
gotten any,
everything's okay.
I haven't gotten any better at self-deception since then. What if I had taken a different path? What if I had had a bag ready? What if I had reacted better? The best I could do now is try and help find her, help resolve all of this. I owe her that.
Are you saying this out loud, or are you saying this to yourself?
Sturge can probably hear me. I'm just kind of murmuring, like things like, I owe her help.
Sturge, do you respond to these mutterings?
Keep it down a little, will you? I'm
Ah! Sturge, where did you come from?
What is this you're so concerned about?
I look around. Is there anyone else nearby?
Stong is there. Igor has been setting up bedrolls for you.
I lean over to Sturge. When I was young, I made a terrible mistake, and I hurt Tsetseliya very badly. I wish to make up for it, to make amends. I was just remembering.
I see. How shall you make this up to her?
Well, perhaps by helping her find a way to vanquish her enemy, yes?
Yes. Also, if you sacrifice yourself in a battle with her enemy, that will certainly improve your memory in her eyes.
Sturge, don't give him advice like that.
No, that's the ultimate. It's the ultimate. Sometimes
I'm really not good at deception, but I am pretty good at insight. I shall take it under advisement, friend Sturge.
There is no greater act of friendship.
I'm not so certain. I'm gonna shift away from him. a little
Mm.
bit.
I guess Stalk thinks back to when he died. He nods. He's like, I guess, yeah. I guess Sturge has a point, Sebastian.
Well, if I ever give you the nod, you will know what I am thinking.
We'll give you a thumbs up back. Like, this is the right chance for you to sacrifice yourself. For her.
And then Artemisia will blast me with lightning?
Sounds like a plan.
Not such a bad plan.
And you'll know you're part of the team.
I was.
Oh.
Oh,
Speaking of
Yeah.
Artemisia, why hasn't she come back yet?
her meeting has gone well, I hope.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, I have mixed feelings about it because does she always make bad romantic decisions?
Yes. Yes.
Nah, it is okay. I'm sure there is something to that.
I mean, no worse than the rest of us, I guess. Well, I mean, it looks like she's having a good romantic decision if she's out late, right?
I
A
don't see any.
successful romantic decision.
That's actually true. I don't see any harm in this one. This is totally out of character for her. I wonder if there's something wrong.
Well,
Guys,
as long
gonna
as she
take a
doesn't,
field trip,
as long as
or-
she doesn't reveal any secrets to him, I suppose we should be good.
Let's go. Let's go for a stroll.
Do you think we should find her?
We might wish to see that everything's okay. I mean, she can take care of herself, but then again, we might hurry things along because we do have a ticking clock.
Walking in on people when they engage in amorous embraces is not considered the best thing to do.
Oh, Sebastian,
You're
we're
having
really
a
good
second
friends
level
with her.
flashback there.
She'll be happy to see us. This happened before.
Ooh.
She'll feel good knowing that we were concerned for her safety.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an interesting moral quandary, Sebastian. They don't know how to get to Clement's house. You know how to get to Clement's house.
Mm.
Sebastian, help me out.
To be fair, you
Maybe.
don't actually know where they might be, but that seems like a good guess.
I'm certain you could. We don't know actually where they are. Perhaps you could help us, Sebastian.
I probably could, but why would I?
Well,
I
you
mean,
do.
I have made no secret of my dislike of Clement, but I mean, he is a brother, and we have certain code among the brothers.
And you want to
If there is
impress.
magic item hanging on door handle, then we don't go in.
Well, but how do we know that the enemy didn't place that there as a bluff?
Yes, I think it would require Stong to investigate.
No, but Sturge, you're the stealthy one.
Mm.
We know.
It's this sort of thing that you do. You spy on each other as they do their amorous embraces.
Only when we're
I
in
love it.
danger.
Igor's in the room, just like making your beds, listening like
Mm.
the youths.
Well, I mean, I do not want to get in the way of your modus operandi.
We will not let you get in our way. But do take us, will you? I think I'm ready. I need a postprandial walk.
It is, for the record, like the middle of the night, which
Yes.
should not. If you're like, yeah, okay, I don't want that to dissuade you. I just want you to understand it is the middle of the night.
Mhm. Why don't we?
Well, Clement could not have gone on for that long, even with his transmutation magics. And he does have that unnatural relationship with his witch mother.
mm,
It is possible that he will spill. If you think there is chance that Artemisia spread secret, then perhaps we go safer. Yes.
yes, yes. Anything to make you help us. Yes.
Let's go.
Sebastian's thinking back to how Clement told secrets to his mother about Tsetseliya, which is not all that dissimilar from what Sebastian did. Maybe a little lower
How's
key,
your
but
self-insight?
my self-insight is much stronger than my self-deception. Yeah, let's go. Let's go block Clement.
All right. So, Artemisia, while this is going on, and also the previous Nikifor shenanigans, you and Clement have had a nice long walk along the river. You have gone back to his place. You have had a nice time together. Fade to black. And then we'll come back up. Where are you? You're hanging out in the bed? Are you not doing that? What's up?
So Artemisia would start to sort of like get up and get her clothes and leave and just sort of like automatically, but she's going to actually sit back down and be like, maybe I stick around, let's try this. But she's going to be weirdly modest and sort of like try to pull the bedclothes up around her because her scales are much more noticeable, like especially like on her stomach. Like on her stomach, they're unmistakable. And so she tends to sort of like cover that without even thinking, even though he's seen it already. Now it's different.
No, it's
So
different.
she's sort of sitting there with the blanket sort of like this to hang out.
And I will say, I asked Rihanna before, what would you talk about on this walk? So we're going to reference things, but they already sort of happened off screen.
Okay.
So Clement is sitting in the bed. He's got, blankets on it, but Mitzi in his lap. Because he did ask if he could see your Tressum, and not in a metaphorical way. And he's sort of like looking puzzled, and he goes, "So there's a whole lot of different versions of the Prime, different timelines, and the cause of this is that a version of Tsetseliya, the same kid who used to copy my transfiguration practice, steal my extra bread, and call everybody a snotface, became a terrifying chronomancer bent on destroying worlds?"
Yes, but it sounds like a bigger jump when... So, was she, like, happy as a kid? Like, those sounds like normal kid things. I mean, I just know Tsetseliya when she was sort of, like, kind of angry because of what had happened, but...
I mean, it was good and bad. Knowing we are another way. When she had it different than the rest of us, her father's always here. And he's Lazar. But away from him, yeah, we did stupid kid stuff. There was stuff she wasn't allowed to do, obviously. She can't jump in the river. Everybody would figure some stuff out then. So, but, you know, we go running through the forest as far as we dare. She's the brave one, goes farther. We play tricks on each other. I mean, I guess I can see it sort of. Tsetseliya was most Lazar's child when she was not angry, but scared and angry. And she get righteous, so she go too far. You didn't talk to Yuli, I think, but nobody really wants to talk to Yuli, to be honest. So, you have to not do that, though, because we still have to live with the bullies. So maybe that version, maybe she's always scared and angry.
Yeah.
Could she turn into a wolf, too?
Yeah. Her wolf is a little different than mine. It's kind of more like the spirit, the coyote. But that the spirit was very, very big. But coyotes I haven't seen many of them, but they're different kind of face.
They're they're smaller and the fat tail and
yeah. So she's like that, not a coyote, but kind of like that.
Well, sometimes you get a wolf and a coyote together.
Oh.
That one is meaner and tricky still. So that's kind of funny. It's interesting that you couldn't do it for so long. I've never heard of a thing like that, but...
Well, I mean, I almost couldn't when I knew that I should be able to. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense that I couldn't when I didn't know at all. But it wasn't about not thinking. It wasn't about meditating. It was about, like, really feeling like the opposite of meditation. It was weird.
He's like scratching Mitzi's head and sort of thinking about what you're saying. Hey, welcome, Raiders!
Hey.
Raiders from Goblin Katie's channel. Thanks for showing up.
Nice.
That makes sense, though. You're the line between being a person and being an animal. The animal, it already knows what it wants, what it needs. You turn into the bear. I'm still there, but the bear wants what the bear wants. So
yeah. It's nice because Tsetseliya doesn't want to ever, like, be a wolf, and our brother. So we have a brother who's an elf.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, our family. Well, it seems like you're kind of a better brother to her as a kid than, well, I mean, Rune wasn't there, but Rune isn't much of a brother now. But anyway, he doesn't really want to talk to you about anything. So I can't really say, like, hey, Rune, like, what's it like when you're a wolf? So it's nice to talk to somebody who also is an animal sometimes.
I'm glad.
I wish we didn't have to leave so soon.
It is what it is. Everybody lives here. I mean, not everybody. Let's be clear. We don't.
Sebastian kind of came back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he thinks he was gonna stay, but
I can't believe that Sebastian and Tsetseliya just let you come here. They're learning idiots or what? They're. I mean, I don't know. Hey,
here to Running Rocks.
yeah, It's strange seeing him again. But again, I said, I'm glad he's not dead, and I'm glad he's not dead. It's, I know I messed up. I did the thing that we are bred to do. We trust the system. You tell your elder brothers, you tell the witches, because that's what makes things safe. And it wasn't the right thing to do, but Sebastian, when the pressure's on, Sebastian does the same thing, and he doesn't seem to get it. And I feel very sorry, and I hope when you see her again, you tell her, I am very sorry. Assuming the world doesn't end, I'm still trying to think about that. Look, I said you should stay and tell the witches. I am not sure now. If you run, they will chase you. But they are going to be very interested in this, and they are not going to want to let you go. Let's just agree that Lazar is dead, that you are correct, and you will be able to convince them. But they don't like Tsetseliya running loose, and if you tell them Tsetseliya becomes a terrifying chronomancer in some realized the prime, it's like I can't help you with this. My mother, she doesn't think Ilya is a good influence, let's say. I think maybe that caused some problems, and if she finds out about this spear witch, it's you shouldn't. I don't want to tell you to lie to the witches, because it is not an easy thing, but you maybe should lie to the witches.
Yeah, well, it was sort of the plan. It had been, just not mentioning things. That's how I was brought up. Not to trust anybody, but to not tell anybody anything, because that's how you have power, and that's how you keep other people from having power over you, and in sort of the games of the nobility.
This sounds awful and a little familiar, but I will say I'm not good at it.
Well, I'm glad. You seem like the kind of person who should just not deal with that and be happy, and
You do too, though.
well, I got away as much as I can. In Westgate, the nobility keeps trying to pull you in.
Sorry, it still sounds very funny. Here, wait. I have something. He gets up. Not covering himself up. He's not abashed about this. He goes over to a series of sort of drawers, like a apothecary thing. He opens one of the drawers and he pulls out a little necklace. There's a sort of crystal hanging from it, and etched into the crystal is a little dragon head. He says, "This is they took it off of a combatant. They want it fixed, but they don't think. I don't know. I can't quite figure it out, but it's pretty. And it makes me think of you, and you not being trapped like that. Can I put it on?"
Yeah, please.
Great.
Thank you.
He's buckling it on. It's about time you guys come up to a door with a headband of intellect hanging on the handle.
How many times has anybody gotten into a one-time late-night hookup, and then they gave you jewelry that they just had there waiting for you in the room
Clement, you see, he infused this headband with magic. But if we steal it, he can always just make new infusion and it loses its magic. Like his little trick that Frinyami play on each other.
You're muted, Steven. You're
I,
still muted. Oh, there we go. There we go.
We hear you now.
I don't know what headband you're talking about. Was there a headband here?
Mhm.
I don't. I've always wanted one of those, but I wish it were here.
So Sebastian, what's the proper
The
way to
gods
do
don't know
this?
where that headband went.
Well,
The gods don't know.
I could have sworn there was headband there, but I see there is not, and thus code is not violated if we burst in and confront Clement.
Oh, it's
Go right
cultural.
ahead.
All right. Well,
It
because
is
it's cultural, yeah, Stong's gonna roll athletics and just burst through the door.
Oh
When in Rome.
30.
my god. Artemisia, do you want to make a perception check to hear your friends coming in the door such that you throw something for Clement to cover himself with, or
Yeah.
your call. What can you do in a handful of seconds to prepare for Stong the Kool-Aid Man busting in?
Oh yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah!
She got a 16.
Okay. I think with a 16, I will say you can do one thing to make this better. You hear them outside the door. You know it's happening. You can't really warn, but you could, start pulling on your dress. You could throw a blanket at Clement. You could cast
Invisibility on him.
Ooh. Or just like on half of him. While you're thinking though, real quick, thank you so much Hidden Target for the subscriptions, and also right now,
Ew.
if you are new and you haven't seen it, we have 2 giveaways going on right now. ! Ticket for a set of inspiration tokens for Phoenix Dice, or ! Enter for 4 novellas in 1 anthology in an ebook form from Rhiannon Held in celebration of her new release, Pure Motives.
I was gonna say, this is exactly the situation that the time stop spell was developed for.
Yeah, totally.
But something is about to happen, and you need to do a few things to prepare.
Oh, nobody has caught Nikifor with his pants down. Berserker's barging through the door. He's like fully dressed, just sitting politely with a cup of tea ready for them.
Wearing a suit, he's brewed tea for us.
Would you say that Stong fills the doorway?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hold person.
So Stong, you can see Artemisia sitting on this bed with the blankets tucked around her. Clement, naked as the day he was born, putting a necklace around her neck, and he's like, whoa? And he sees that Artemisia cast a spell, so he's like, what's happening? Is this not your friend? Wait, what are you doing here?
What is the
Okay.
DC?
So it is
That's true. You may know.
18.
Oh,
Wisdom.
he
No,
definitely
You're
froze.
frozen.
Okay.
Okay, and his eyes are
Stong.
wide open.
Stong, is the view so shocking you have frozen?
Mhm.
Well, Artemisia's going to start yelling.
It's not that impressive. I've seen it before.
Mhm.
So she's going to let Clement deal with himself.
He's
But she's going to be like
Get
pulling on her clothes.
dressed.
Yeah. Getting dressed. And she's going to be like, and like, seriously, I'm not going to yell, but like, she's like yelling at you guys. Like, I stayed and I wanted to see what that was like. And I thought maybe like this time it was like we were talking and it was good and we're going to have to leave. And how could you guys like spoil it? So she's pretty mad.
Sturge is no longer
I think
present.
he can answer you.
Sturge was never seen on the scene of the crime. Only Stong was seen at the scene of the crime.
Serge, you
Sebastian.
deceived me. I did not think she'd be upset. Where'd you go? Oh, I see what has happened. Lady
you're going to-
Artemisia, we are very sorry. Your
She'll let
friends
Song go
were
when she's
concerned
dressed.
for you.
She dropped the hold person now that she's dressed.
Yeah, when she's dressed.
Oh, well, I mean, we thought you might have been in danger. There was no headband of intellect on the door. So Sebastian told me that
What?
by the local
I
culture.
definitely put a headband of intellect on the door.
Gonna have to make
Sebastian.
another one, looks like.
I'm gonna glare at Clement. Has this rake done something to you, Lady Artemisia?
A
What
rake.
is your
This is
problem,
rich.
Sebastian? I mean, you clearly you're angry at him because you're angry at yourself, and
That's
that has
ridiculous.
nothing to do with me.
I am angry at him for him. I am angry at him because of him, not because of me. Self-deception.
Do you want to
plus
take
0.
this aside?
I think we better.
Stong goes,
You better put some clothes on first, though.
I
It's
already
You're not
Stop it.
did.
impressing anybody.
Stong's in the background, like frozen up, for like a different reason now.
I think Artemisia is actually going to go to Stong, and she's going to go and she's going to punch him in the stomach with her 6 strength and her noodle arm. She's punching him in the stomach.
Oh, ow! I mean, not really, but emotionally. More emotionally than physically. But, I mean, we were worried about you.
Well, thank you, but you don't need to be worried about me. I was actually trying to do something different, something good, and I was lucky enough that he was also interested in me. So
I am very sorry to have interrupted you then. However, I have challenged him to duel.
Oh my god.
This could be interesting.
Fine.
So while they're
We
going off to
settled this.
duel, I think Stong wants to ask Artemisia, is there truly something really different about this one?
well, different than the guys I usually spend time with.
Oh.
Well, and so she's gonna go and she's gonna go try to break up the duel. She doesn't want the duel to happen. So
They're out there standing on kind of a wider part of the walkway. There's sort of ledges around these cave areas. This is a little bit wider because there's several staircases that come off. There's a torch or two here because it's a central location, although a lot of this slope is dark because people are in bed. And it's okay,
Does Clement have
what
a
do you want to
weapon?
prove here?
Is Clement barehanded or does he have a weapon?
Slap
Does not
fight.
have a weapon.
You think
Yeah,
you
slap
such spellcaster, you defeat me with nothing, eh?
I will turn
May-
into a bear and knock your head off if I
May
have
I-
to.
May I suggest a
Good lord, man, where you come from?
I'm sorry, but you need seconds in a duel. I will be a second for Sebastian. I would like to suggest that for dignity's sake, you do not use magic, you do not use weapons. You stand with arms clasped, opposite arms clasped, one hand free, and you have a slap fight. You slap each other as hard as you can, taking turns, until one person cries uncle.
Is this what you do in Westgate? You fight
It's
like little children?
Only.
Is
Only
this what we do in
Deadliest
Westgate?
rituals. Only for the most serious offenses.
I look
Only-
back to Clement.
the nobility.
I have
Yes, please.
challenged you not for Artemisia's sake. She seemed to really like you. I have challenged you for Tsetseliya's sake, for you betrayed her.
God. What did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do?
Everybody knows. You and Ilya in that dumb little cave where you play house? And Lazar caught you, and then who found the witches? You found the witches. And if
But
everything is how it came out, then you are not supposed to tell them.
But that was only after you tell your weirdly attached mother about
Goodness!
magic.
Oh, the 3 ladies. I'm sorry that your mother was never here.
Why
That
would you
sucks.
apologize for that? I have no need
Because
of
I've-
mother.
Because I'm sorry for you.
Hey, Artemisia, did you hear that? Clement has a really good relationship with his mother. And,
He has unnatural relationship with his mother.
Actually, we talked. We talked about that, and also I kind of told him what we're actually here for.
You,
Oh,
Just FYI.
well, now I have to kill him.
Oh, Sebastian.
You mean
You.
I do not really want to fight you, Clement. You right. You speak truth. I have had emotional day. Also, I do not want you to turn into a bear and maul me in front of my new friends. Although I want you to know I have suit of armor and it'd be difficult to bite through.
Not on your face. But fair. I don't
I
want to
do-
bite your face off.
That does seem unpleasant. I do not know why we are not friends. Well, I do know why, but rhetorically, I do not know why. I wish to reconcile with you rather than fight you.
oh, there's
But
a
if
great
that is
way to
not possible-
reconcile through in Westgate. It's called a slap fight.
If you do not want to reconcile, I will fight you. We have
I
to do
slap you,
one
you
or the
slap
other.
me, and then we're good.
Great way to get out aggression, and then we're all like even then.
All right, you slap me. Not turn into bear first.
Fair.
I take
You do
gauntlet
not ta-
off.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. No armor. Okay.
Well, you shouldn't worry about the armor. You should worry about gauntlets.
Oh, oh.
How much
Oh.
damage did he do to me?
Wasn't gonna bother rolling it because I don't have him statted out exactly.
It's just one
but,
plus his strength modifier. So
He does like 2 damage.
unless he's a monk or something,
Secretly training all these years. No,
Didn't
it's just
let me
like
finish. All right. Well, I do take my armor off. I mean, I do still have those gauntlets of ogre power on, though.
Mm.
Are you gonna try to do this and hope he doesn't notice that you're
I
wearing
take
them?
I'm gonna knock him unconscious. No, I'm gonna de-equip those, which drops my strength to a healthy 13. 2 points of damage.
All right. Okay, then we're set.
No, you two
Well,
have to
then-
hug it out. At least
Okay, we
30
hug.
seconds.
We have to. All right.
Your
They
head
are
on his
strange.
shoulder, his head on your
They-
shoulder.
They are strange Westerners with strange custom.
You are very weird about hugs, and you always have been.
Don't just pat his back, Sebastian. Actually hold him.
Yes, yes. You act like I never hug a man before.
Why are you drinking? Where'd you get that flask from?
You don't question my culture.
In the midst of this very tender moment, you hear someone walking towards you. You look back the way you came, and you see Igor with his staff. He's quite out of breath. He's been moving as quickly as he can. Just there you are. It's the witches are here now.
Oh,
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 They are oh goodness. They are in the they wish you come. They are berserkers. They are coming to get you.
Ooh, moment of truth, friends. Talk to them or flee.
Sebastian has a flashback moment.
Sebastian, you gotta let us out. Come on, and you can stay if you want. If you want, do you really want? But we gotta go.
I look to Clement. Yes. I come with you. You want to come too?
That's a big question to ask me very suddenly.
Yes, well, it's not first time. For me, anyway. You don't
Igor-
need bag. You have magic. It worked better.
He looks. Igor looks at the door. He says, "The door is the one that's in the other side of the Ashen Wood. We go through the Ashen Wood. We should be fine. But we must hurry. Do you have everything you need?"
Well, do we?
I mean, you have the notes, right? So
Yes, I have the notes.
And you have the headband.
Yep. Stong will summon the Pegasus back towards their direction.
Mm.
Okay. Stong, tell me even or odd.
Even.
The Pegasus swoops back down. There is a little
No.
apprentice clinging to the back.
Oh,
I did not know how to tell it to land.
Oh, how long have you been up there?
Oh,
Long
jeez.
Oh,
The
my
witches are
goodness.
here. Did they tell you the witches are here?
Oh, they did. And Stong will help the little guy down from the Pegasus.
He
He will-
transfers his locked arms to your bicep.
He'll like take his hand.
I
and
don't
just
know
put
if I
him
can
down.
let go anymore.
Aren't you adorable? Here, little boy. Have and then
And
Stong
he's
will
still just like, he's off and curled up.
Stong will take a cup out of his bag. He's gonna take the alchemy jug. He's gonna pour and just throw the liquid away until he gets honey, and then he gets like a cup full of honey, and then he hands it to the kid. Here's a little treat to calm your nerves.
I will never sleep again.
Yes, that's good. Now find your parents.
What? You
Find
want me to go back to learning? What?
no. Find the brother who's in charge of you.
Oh, okay, bye.
Bye. Say nothing.
Nothing.
Yes, very good. We are fucked. We go.
We should go quickly.
yeah.
All right.
Well, Artemisia will grab her bag. Her hair is all down, by the way. She was able to get dressed, but she can't like do the full braiding.
Mitzi summoned or not summoned? Did you send Mitzi back or?
Yeah,
Where are we
Mitzi. Yeah, Mitzi. Actually, Mitzi should scout.
Oh, okay. That way?
Toward the well. Yeah, we want eyes on the witches. So go scout at the witches.
Okay. She flies off down the side. So you're gonna kind of try to come around. Okay. Give me some stealth checks.
Just Artemisia or just Mitzi?
All of you.
Okay.
Clank,
Well,
clank, clank.
Artemisia
You got an
deeper
8.
deeper sucks. That's a 4.
Have
Sorry, y'all.
advantage.
That's I think the
Advantage.
oh you have advantage. Okay, I was like, Sirs, that's the worst stealth
Ooh.
roll I've ever seen from you.
19.
Dong, that's the best stealth roll. Okay, what did Artemisia get?
4.
4. Okay.
She's worried about
Um,
her hair.
Oh, I guess Clement and okay, if they roll high, they're fine. Okay. So you make it around the curve of the mountain and you come down the slopes and you see the path that you're trying to take is the one that you followed down to find Brother Fiafil. And in this case, there are several berserkers that you don't recognize kind of standing along that path. And Igor pulls you back. He says, this is getting very dangerous. Perhaps you should. Well, I'm not sure what is best here.
We
Could
need.
fly out. Couldn't we?
Yes.
Mhm.
Can we all fit on the beast?
Ooh, maybe like 2 people at the most.
Well,
Yeah, I
Artemisia
could-
can float. Or the wolf could run. I mean, the wolf is noticeable, but it's a wolf rather than
True.
a half elf, so.
I could turn somebody into like a hawk or something.
Mm. Yes, I wouldn't mind being a hawk. Owl. I'd prefer to be an owl.
Okay. So I guess Stong will turn Sturge into an owl. If you describe like what kind of owl specifically, he will do his best to accommodate.
A very dark colored owl, like a crow owl.
A black
An owl
owl with black eyes
real
and
big
black
beak.
talons.
Yeah, it's night. I want to blend.
And he's wearing like all black ninja clothes.
Extra long beak.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a Mia Wolf, we've got a Sturge Owl, and we've got, what are you two doing?
Stong on the Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Sebastian.
on
I
Pegasus?
guess I'm getting on the Pegasus.
Okay.
Stong will put
Um,
Sebastian on his lap because Stong is the bigger spoon. And he's going to say, look, this is how you hold a person. And then he's going to like put an arm around Sebastian and just keep him like secured while they fly.
One
Don't
bludgeoning
be
damage.
afraid.
And before she runs off, Mia Wolf is gonna go and like find Clement and like,
Well, Clement's come with you, so he's
oh,
right there.
okay. Well, she's gonna lick his hand to be and talk to him at beach speech to be like, hi, I really like you. She likes you too, but I like you like a lot. So hi, and she's gonna lick his hand.
He'll scratch you behind the ears because I like you too. So, okay, what's going on? All right, so you're getting on. You get on. You guys go. I think you have to make another stealth check here, and I'm trying to decide if the witches are going to use some of these crazy powers.
Sweet. I hand Igor a crossbow bolt, and I say, you might need to explain that we resisted you in our attempt to flee. This is one of my crossbow bolts. You deflected it with your magic, obviously. Clank, 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 I got a 3.
Okay, I gotta go with the dice rolls. One of the witches rolled a 20.
Whoa.
So you hear a voice in your heads that says, whatever you are planning, I would rethink it very carefully. And I don't know if Artemisia Wolf would notice this, but you see Sebastian sort of stiffen. And Sebastian, make me a history check, maybe. Some kind of knowledge check.
Okay.
Perception might be okay too.
All right.
It's one of
I
those
will do
things I
history.
don't
I'm
know.
pretty good at history. 17.
That is definitely Sister Agathia.
Oh,
That is
good.
Clement's mother.
Oh, good.
Yeah, though.
And you see the berserkers coming toward you. And behind them, you see the masked witch.
I just want to point out that one of the infusions that Sebastian has been working on is the Ring of Mind Shielding, and he has built one of those for himself.
Oh.
So it
My
prevents anyone
apologies.
from reading his thoughts, determining
Okay.
if I'm lying, knowing my
But you heard the
alignment, or knowing my
message.
type. But they can communicate with me only if I allow it. And I did allow that message because I wouldn't have thought to block it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Make me an insight check, anybody who wants to assess this situation.
I don't know if I can.
I got a 26. We're good.
Ooh, 8.
Okay, Sebastian, you're probably the best person to have this sense. You maybe could still make a break for it. But you see there are at least 3 berserkers coming toward you. You know that they don't send single witches for stuff. And so it might be kind of difficult at this point to run. What are you going to tell people?
Only if you are truly confident should we continue to try to run. Otherwise, we have to fight. If you wish to leave me behind, I shall stay behind and sacrifice myself nobly, as friend Sturge urged me to do.
So, question: am I an owl?
You are.
Okay. Can an owl speak like a parrot?
Clement has beast speech. We have established.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you talk, he can translate for you.
Sturge is he's going to say, strong, throw up a wall.
Yeah, he says you should throw up a wall. Throw up on the wall? Throw up a wall, yeah.
Okay. But as soon as I throw up the wall, you will no longer be an owl. But if they know that we're here, then maybe we should just sprint.
Tell Sturge that if I should perish, he should reclaim this ring from me.
Well,
When it's actually an infusion.
Yes. It will last 4 days after my death.
You're like, I'm gonna go out trolling.
so
Well,
you
you will
guys-
have it for 4 days.
Clement will have to translate for Mia Wolf too. But so Mia Wolf is gonna come and be like, but we don't want to hurt people. So if we're gonna have to run and we're gonna have to fight, we shouldn't fight because people these like Tsetseliya's kind of family. They were like mean to her, but man, family's kind of mean to you sometimes. So I think we should stop. And I guess I shouldn't be a wolf, but
So are you not a wolf now?
Okay.
no, she's still a wolf.
Okay.
The wolf.
I love me. Sorry,
Sturge,
I'm trying to figure out what this says.
Sturge wants to bolt. It seems like if we can all fly, we could just go.
Well, all of us except for Clement and Olaf.
Well, Igor's not coming,
Oh,
I'm
Igor.
sure. And
They-
Clement
yeah,
can
yeah.
turn into some kind of animal and
Leave
follow
them
too,
leave them
so-
behind. We don't care about them coming. They don't need to come.
So running was our original plan.
Flying, you mean?
Oh, yes, yes.
Flying.
Okay.
See how
It's
good
a
these three
very-
berserkers are.
It's a very fly you
Three
fools
berserkers
situation.
and more than one witch.
Mm.
Just want to be totally clear.
Great.
But how close?
They've been so here's where we get a little fuzzy. They were walking towards you and then you guys talked a bunch. So really they should basically be on top of you right now, but there's some timey-wimey stuff. I'm not quite sure what your feelings are about how time passes in D&D.
We didn't just talk. We had like animals like
Yeah.
squawking
And-
and barking in somebody's ear, and then they talk, and then we talk, and then he makes animal noises.
And what's on me here is I kept starting to say, by the way, they're still walking towards you. And then I was like, oh no, you guys talk. So that's on me.
I just thought they were in town. And
Oh
I
no,
didn't-
no, they are like in eyes, like within your vision.
Mhm.
They were on the
Oh.
path you were going to take. And then I rolled perception checks for the witches, and one of them critted.
Mhm.
So she sees you for sure.
I mean, I think we should stay there basically here.
Yeah, we're basically, yeah, it doesn't seem like we can run.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I was on team talk to them anyway, so excellent.
So
Well, there we go.
perfect. There was a scenario where you guys ran, but I was like, okay, you definitely have to make several stealth checks, and also these have to be allowed to try and because they are literally looking for you. So, sorry if you really wanted to run, you still theoretically could, but I made stuff for talking too, so it'll be fine. Is it too early to do a break real quick?
No,
Yeah,
7-4.
Sounds
Let's
fine
go
to me.
ahead and do the break.
Okay.
This is a nice natural point, and we can pick up where we're chatting. So
Mhm.
don't go away. We'll have a break for 10 minutes, and then we'll be right back.
Okay.
welcome back. Time to meet some witches. But first, let's tell you real quick about our giveaways. Steven, do you want to do that?
Giveaways. We have two. One of them is the Phoenix Dice giveaway of inspiration tokens, a set of inspiration tokens. And you can see those, or rather you can see those on their website, phoenixdice.com. And you can enter here on in the chat, type in !ticket. And if you want to get a copy of Rhiannon's 4 novella set, ebook set of Idyllion, then you type in !enter into the chat here. Also, both of those things are, you can also apply for both of those things on Discord. If you go to the giveaways and polls section, you'll see the entry there, and you can just enter there as well. So you actually have 4 things you can enter for.
Very exciting.
Okay. And thank you so much, Original Angston, for the 5 gift subs. 5
Woohoo!
gift subs, everybody.
Thank you.
We really appreciate
Thank
it.
Very
you.
exciting.
Amazing.
Okay.
You help us make great content and also provide awesome giveaways.
So we got these
All right.
witches.
Yep. Okay.
You find yourself in the audience chamber that you were brought to when you first came to Running Rocks. The energy is very different. The Vermiani here are all at full attention. They are wearing their masks. Where the old ones once arranged themselves is a far more intimidating council. There are 3 witches flanked by berserkers that are somehow even bigger than Syria and Yannick, the 2 that you Stong wrestled by the river. They are marked with runes that glow faintly. Get kind of a Buckingham Palace vibe. These berserkers are not going to crack. The elderly witch at the center wears a mask decorated with twining blue lines, as intricate as the silver braids wrapped around her head. There are sharp chips taken out of the mask along her jaw. To her left is a woman with streaks of silver in her dark auburn hair, and her mask is decorated with stylized morning glories, the eye holes blackened around her hazel eyes. And to her right is a younger woman with her hair in 2 brown braids, her mask patterned as though layered with wild bird feathers. Igor points to them. He says, "This is Mother Avadocia, the old lady. That is Sister Agathia, the middle-aged lady, and Sister Faina." I will type those in just because
Okay, thank you.
that makes you guys happier.
Okay.
It's easier to remember when I read it.
Yeah,
Somehow.
totally.
Totally understandable. And I realize now I have given you 2 characters that have names that start with an A, but we're just gonna roll with it.
You already knew Agathia, so it's different.
And do we know which one of these is so does Stong know which one of these is Clement's mom?
No, I don't think anyone has told Stong that Clement's mother is here.
Well, Artemisia, having heard Clement talk, would recognize the name, right? When Igor gives the introductions.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
The witch with the unnatural relationship with her son.
You keep saying that. It's not going to make it true, Sebastian.
It is. It's very strange. They spend time together. I do not understand.
Agathia, Clement's mother, is the one who speaks and says, "We were told you had information about Brother Lazar."
So
Go on,
Artemisia is going
speak
to
up.
step forward unless somebody stops her. She thinks she's the most tactful.
So
All the witches look at you.
did we have some time before this whole thing started for me to cast telepathic bond?
Yes, I will say you definitely did.
Okay.
You were probably warned there is an excellent chance that someone's going to see you have like magic on you. So whether you decided that was worth it, it's up
Yeah.
to you.
Cool.
And
yeah.
Artemisia also like put her hair up. Well, if we had any like spare moment, because she's got all her pins in her bag, so like she just has to do it.
I'm tempted to make you roll for it, but I'm also like, that seems cruel. So you look fab.
Awesome. So Artemisia is going to step forward, and she gave the seed to Clement. So it would still be like in his rooms, right? Or would he have brought it?
No, you guys definitely. Well, when you went back in to his room, would you have grabbed it? Because you did have a chance. You went in and got your stuff once Igor said the witches are here. So is that something you would have made a point to grab?
What are you
For-
talking about?
The seed. We put
the
it
little
in a
plant
vial.
in the
The
jar.
little Lazar
Oh,
seed.
oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to see if my light fingers pick that up. Well, I got over a 10, so yeah, it's possible that I might have just grabbed it.
You didn't go back in the room.
Oh, never mind. then.
Artemisia is the only one who went back in. So it's either you grabbed it or it's done there. You can roll if it makes you help you
Yeah.
make the decision.
I'll do high. She grabbed it. Low. She didn't.
Perfect.
She left it there.
Okay.
Now,
Um,
Sturge does take out his plague doctor mask. Since everyone's wearing masks, it seems like that's acceptable. He is going to put his plague doctor mask on before entering the room.
So Artemisia is gonna step forward, and she's in full like Marseille would be proud mode, and she's gonna say, "We're sorry that we were, but our mission is time sensitive, and this is taking time. But now we're here. We'd like to explain to you. We found some information about Lazar, and it is useful for us to try to find my sister." But it is also useful to you. And so if you perhaps have Clement take you back to his room, there is a small seed that we found in Lazar's room in his fireplace. But when you look upon it with true seeing, you see his face. It is very strange, worthy of you spending some time looking it over. I hear an echo myself too, but I don't know what to do about it. So hopefully
this
it's
is
not making it on the
strange
stream.
magic. Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. Not too bad. I forgot my. So that's a 22. That is very not too bad.
Okay. The witches are just looking at you. And then you see Wise Mother Ovadocia nod her head. You notice one of her eyes is kind of clouded. And she points. One of the Brahmiani standing behind her goes, then leaves the cave as though going to fetch this thing. Sister Faina looks at you and says, "So you just found this?
We were
Just-
searching.
Where everyone else has searched and you knew where to look. That's very interesting."
No, we simply had longer to look, I suspect.
Longer than several years. Time must work differently
Mm,
out
well,
in the world.
the deaths showed that no one had been there in many of those years.
And like nobody turned into a cockroach and climbed around.
You presume very much, Outlander.
Well, if you had, you would have been able to find it as easily as we did.
I wouldn't call it easily.
Agafia holds up a hand, like, enough of this. The young one is getting snarky. Where is Lazar Lovaskaya?
He is dead. I saw him die.
Do you have proof? Where is his mask?
Artemisia knows that Tsetseliya burned it, right? Or was that something that Tsetseliya did with I can't remember.
You do know that Tsetseliya threw it in the fire, but then you also know that Tsetseliya came back in with something that looked a lot like a charred mask that someone yanked from the fire.
Well, she's not going to tell him about that part.
Seems wise.
Tsetseliya burned it.
True.
Such a magical thing doesn't burn so easily. She reaches up a hand and she beckons someone from the back of the room, and you see Brother Matfai come and stand before the witches. She says, "Tell us, what have you seen?" Brother Matfai bows to the witches. He says, "They are very interested in the fugitive, Tsetseliya Tovskaya. They are magic users, but they have not shown their true capabilities. I think the illusionist pretends that he thinks that this guy's self is very fancy, but he is carrying multiple magic items on his person." She beckons again, and you see Rufum saunter up. He actually nods at you guys, like, "Hey, what's up?" He bows to the witches. He says,
Rufum.
"The Outlanders have spoken to you as well." And he says, "Oh yes, the woman, she is capable of casting at the level of a trained Hatherin. I saw her levitate and then also cast a crown of stars, so though she did not hit anybody, there's nothing to clean up. But it's pretty clear, if she wanted to, she could, so keep an eye on that. They're very interested in how the masks are made, and also given what happened with Brother Lazar, I feel like that is very okay, but you decide. Like, you can see they kind of are like, you're talking too much. Also, Sebastian may have been compromised by his, it's called accidental Jajema, because he did not destroy the Thayan Enclave in Westgate when he was given the chance. He walks back and he's like, "And then let's hang out later." He keeps going.
I regret every moment I spent with you, Rufum. Well,
He
only
beckons.
half the moment.
Syria takes her place. She says, "The Half-Orc is very powerful fighter. He could be recruited, but you shouldn't underestimate him. Also, the witch, again, very powerful. Watch out." And Sebastian, I must say, seems very inclined to praise Westgate instead of Rashemen. Although, maybe he said he likes two things, and then the third thing he wouldn't tell us. So what could it possibly be? That is for you, wise ladies. And then Agafia looks at Clement and beckons him forward.
Oh.
Mhm.
Artemis
And
just
he
going to
comes up.
mouth like, "I'm sorry" at him.
He bows to the witches. "What do you want to know?" And they say, "You have spent time with them? You tell us." Clement, given everything that has happened and various things you have done, good and ill, he looks back at you. He says, "They are just people. They are looking for their friend that is lost. Sebastian has done nothing untoward. He has merely shown some outlanders who don't know our ways around. We all know Brother Lazar kidnapped him. What were you expecting? He comes back and he's perfectly normal." Sister Agafia is kind of like, she says, "I don't think you understand what we are asking, Brother Clement. Why are they here?" And Clement repeats himself. "I told you. They are looking for their friend." "What is it? What is the Half-Orc want?" Sister Avadocia says.
If I may, most esteemed, wise women, berserkers, wise brothers of Rashemen.
Rufum.
and Rufum, I think you're cool. But as foreigners, visitors to your land, we have come here in order to look after and investigate one of your own. There was one that came from this area, or so she claimed, and we're just looking into her stories. We've gotten a chance to know her for a long period of time, and she kept telling us things about Rashemen this, Rashemen that, and asking us if we've ever been to Rashemen. We never had. So we came here because we wanted to see if the things that she was saying were true. And somewhere here, we're also hoping to find out who she really was. Because we think she's been lying to us the whole time.
You make me a persuasion check.
Oh, moment of truth.
Come on, +1, come on. Oh my god!
I don't suppose you have
Dice.
inspiration.
I do not.
All right.
Can I donate an inspiration to it?
I mean, yeah.
I'm okay with that if
Danik
Yang
does-
Yang's okay with that.
Because
I'm okay with that.
Hostile gave me an inspiration today. So I'm just going to deflect that to Yang Yang.
Oh,
You want
thanks.
to come in with the assist?
Really?
You're like,
Yeah,
"Say
yeah,
this."
yeah. Thank you,
Well,
Hostile.
Thank you, Hostel. It's a moment of truth. Oh, hey, I got 2 more inspirations from chat also, so let's just hammer them out, I
There
guess.
you go.
7, nope.
That's
Okay,
good.
10, nope. 10, alright, it's a 10. Thank you, chat. Together with a +1, this is what we can achieve. We did it.
We did it, Dave.
Average.
He came off as sort of believable.
Song, I love you so much. The witches sort of watch this. Blank
Chat
face.
goes, "What a waste."
What?
Sorry, chat goes, what a waste. I love it.
And Sister Fana, the young one, kind of laughs. She says, "This is very amusing. We know they're probably agents of, well," and this time she does look over at the other witches. And Agafia is the one who says, "Perhaps you would be interested to know that Sister Evangia was captured and has confessed. Perhaps your agent within the Wicklaren is no longer available to you. Does this sound familiar?"
Sturge, did you have an agent in Claren?
No,
No.
You should.
no.
I
I've
am-
never,
Or Wise
I've never heard
brothers?
the sister.
I am too afraid of witches to have one in an agent.
Sebastian, here's a question. Do you have your mask on or no?
Am I supposed to wear my mask around the witches?
You
I
are
think I
supposed
am.
to wear your mask around the witches.
Yeah, so I did put it on because it would have been just instinctive that I did.
Agafia takes a step forward. She says, "Our wise brothers think you are agents of Lazar. I think Lazar Novoskaya is not so foolish as to come back here, even by proxy. But the dangers within our borders are more commonly among the ones we call the crows of Rashemen, the durthans, and I do hear a whisper that you are interested in what we know about the durthans. She looks right at you, Artemisia.
We wanted to know everything about Rashemen. Tsetseliya has mentioned durthans before.
What else has she mentioned to you? In this brief
Hardly
time,
anything at all.
But enough that when she goes missing, you think I will go to Rashemen to look for her.
Where she grew up.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Or deception, depending on if you think. I don't think you're lying. I think
No.
you're kind of dancing around the truth. So I'll let you
Yep.
pick.
23.
Okay. She's really trying to figure you out.
Okay. Well, is there,
Serge?
Yes.
if I did an insight
Mhm.
check on her,
Yeah.
could I get anything as far as like, appeal to like family feeling or like love for my sister or, thinking my sister is trouble? I don't know. That might be too much to get from.
Because I'm
Mr.
like,
Tanner.
you can't see her face.
Yeah, that's the trouble.
Here's what I'll give you. Give me an insight check. And if it's good enough, you talked to Clement for a while. So you might be able to kind of, you did, and some of what you told me was talking about your respective mother figures. So I am willing to say Clement may have told you some things, but in this moment when she's looking at you with her terrifying charred-eyed mask, do you remember?
Not very well. It's 14, so okay, but not great.
She likes her kid.
Okay.
The witches all really care about Rashemen.
So what Artemisia is going to try, she's going to say, I only met her, a few years ago, but I really care about my sister. And so I am not trying to cause trouble. I'm literally here because I want to help my sister. And I don't know, sister, I something or any of that. And my sister has mentioned durthans, but she said they were bad news. And all I care about is her. That's all I'm here for.
The sister of Ilyadovskaya is supposed to be very honest. I see.
Well, I was not raised by Lazar, so.
What an interesting fact. Because if you are not Lazar's daughter, you are the daughter of the elf.
Who abandoned me at birth.
Of course. Sturge, could you give me an insight check?
Yes. Did it go?
No.
Okay.
It's a mystery.
It's a super mystery. Why isn't it going? Boom. Did it go?
No.
Give me a second.
Wait for it.
Oh, it's gotta be going really soon.
Wait for it.
I guess my
Here
roll
it
20.
comes.
My roll 20 kind of crashed there. Now it's loading and
Okay.
Okay, so
I did a roll for you.
I'm just gonna do it again. Ready?
Okay.
Insight check. Come on.
I got a die here I can use to.
Yeah,
Somebody
roll
else
for
want to
you.
make an insight
No,
check?
here we go. I'm gonna do it. It's a roll. There we go. Boom. I rolled 13.
13. Okay. I will say what you notice is that Mother Avadotia is staring at you. Sebastian, you have also made an insight check. So the Othlors, the Wise Mothers, are more powerful than regular Wicklerin. It's a little scary that they sent one. And I will also say, we'll just bundle this into this insight check. She's talking about catching a durthan that was posing as a Wicklerin. when she's talking about Sister Evgenia, or whatever I said, I forgot now. That's what she's implying. The fact that Sister Avadocia is staring at Sturge could mean some different things, because the Outlaw are very... They do some divination magic. They do some things connected to place magic. She's not listening to what Agafia is saying. She's staring at Sturge.
She likes Sturge's mask.
That's probably not good. Her drawing his attention, him drawing her attention, probably not a good thing. Yes, the wolf passes best among the sheep when it has the benefit of being white.
Sturge is going to slowly turn his head to look at Sebastian. And then he's going to turn it back.
Are you following Sebastian's gaze back to Avadocia, or are you just like, what are you talking about?
He will follow his gaze back to yes, the wolf. And then he'll be very silent.
If you doubt,
remember, we have mental bond.
If you doubt our motives,
Oh, yeah.
perhaps you might test them.
This is a good suggestion. This is their Avadocia. And she points at Sturge first. She says, "There is one thing which will tell us your true intentions for Rashemen." Agafia kind of looks at her like, yeah, it's not a good idea. But she holds up a shaking, veiny hand. She says,
Slap off.
"This."
High five. High five.
Clement is next to you and he's like, "Will you shut up, please?" She says, "Come here, young man. I will
Sturge.
feel the spirits through you.
What
Through
about
each of you. But you first. Something is strange about this one."
Yes. You're wise.
Two berserkers come out and stand on either side of her, and indicate you're supposed to kneel down in front of her.
She's short, isn't she?
She's
happy.
sitting down because she's a very old lady.
Right.
I'm going to
Sturge
send
will-
a telepathic message to Sturge. She sees something strange in you. What might she see?
Sturge will take off his mask and and sit.
She puts her hands out on either side of your skull. You feel this magic sort of move through you. And for a second, Sturge, you feel... Remember when you came into Rashemen and everything was kind of weird? Like, the magic felt weird. You feel that magic going through you, anchoring you, spreading out to borders that you don't even know where they are, but you can tell, you can feel the edges for a second. You can feel there's things in the forest. You know, you might be able to see that coyote that Artemisia talked about. There's something in the river. There's something dark in the woods. And then she takes her hands off of you. And you're looking into wise Mother Davidocia's face with her mask with its blue lines. Her one cataract eye. She tips her head and she says, "The nest contains a cuckoo's egg. There is something in you that is not yours. There is something of yours that is not in you." She looks over at Agafia and she says, "But the spirits are not angry. This one's here. This one," she points at Artemisia. And you're left to think about what the hell that means.
I wonder if Sturge could speak in this situation. He's going to ask
You know what?
Sebastian.
Yeah, you can. You guys have a mental link, so if you want to talk
Yeah.
to Sebastian, 100%. What do you
Uh,
think, Sebastian?
He's just going to say, "May I speak to her, or would that be bad form?"
If she speaks to you, then you can speak to her.
No, she spoke to me in the third person, as if I weren't here.
Try to be indirect. You know. So what Tsetseliya might say. Wait, I didn't mean it.
He will say, Sturge will bow, and he'll say, "There is some damage in my mind I've struggled with. I have often wondered how to remove it and come up with no answers. But I've felt if I could remove it, I would know more about myself."
She reaches up. She presses her thumb over your eyebrow. I see a path for you. Your answers are not far off, but they are not what you expect.
Hmm.
Perhaps we will talk more, but if we don't, I still see answers. But pain.
Pain I can handle.
This is good. You can kind of, it's weird when she says that, you can tell she's smiling.
Hmm.
You are a strong one, even though you are as the eel.
Slippery.
He'll bow and he'll say, well, I look forward to that time. And if it seems as though she's moving on and he's able to stand and step back again, then he'll do that.
The berserkers even like haul you up faster. Artemisia, she says you're next.
Okay. Artemisia is going to like be super graceful about going down to her knees, but then she's going to look up straight at her and say, the coyote spirit already accepted my offering.
Sturge has to make a joke. It's just in Artemisia's mind, he's going to say, when she touches you, it's incredibly painful, but you can handle it. And then just one beat later, he's going to say, just kidding.
Right before she grabs you and I just look at the skull. Once again, you get that flash. And when she takes her hands away, she says, the wagtail's wings are clipped. There is something wild in you that the spirits pace around. She does not lie. She spoke to the spirit and survived. But whatever this is, you are bound in it and it is bound in you. You will not rest till it is solved. She points at you, Stong. And the berserkers. Unless you're going to say something to her, the berserkers, Artemisia, are going to kind of haul you up.
No, Artemisia's. She'll probably say, if only solving it were easy. But then it's sort of
Nothing
to herself.
is easy, child. Pat on the cheek. Stong, are you gonna?
Yeah, Stong's gonna get like a big old grin on his face, and he's like, finally, do me, yes!
She has to reach up. She kind of has to lean out of her seat to get her hands on your head. And once again, you feel that flash, that presence. And she kind of pulled her hands away. The world asks much of you. The last wasp in the hive does not ask where the swarm is going, and this is a mistake. You have been tainted by a great evil. You have seen how your good intentions may be bent for worse outcomes, but here you stand. He is not. The spirits are not angry. He is here. The spirits are watchful.
Yeah, I even talked to an old man water spirit down by the river.
She
And
kind
he
of chuckled.
gave me this jug.
You make the boy deny. You're a good boy.
Thank you.
Brother Sebastian,
Well, me as well.
you as well.
Of course. Step forward.
She puts her hands on either side of your head. Sebastian, you feel that let out. You've felt this before. Every kid that comes to Running Rocks gets this done to them to see if they're meant to be here. This time it feels kind of different. You feel the spirits, you feel the land. It feels like they're not looking at you. Before, they all sort of turned towards you when this happened, and you felt like you were a piece of one giant thing, and this time they're there. They don't notice you quite.
Hmm.
And she takes her hands off and she looks at you curiously. The tree is planted, but the roots reach far. You are lost, child. I think you were lost long ago. She kind of slumps into her chair. Sister Agathia is kind of beside her. And she's like, is he a betrayer then? Sebastian, and Avadocha kind of waves her hand, like this isn't what she means. But she's not talking, she's not being clear. That seems to have taken a lot out of her. And at this point, while they're trying to get Avadocha to put this all together, Brother Theophil appears in the cave entrance. He is bleeding from an injury, and he's panting like he ran here. And he says, very loudly, very opposed to the whole vibe in this cave, the boar spirit, it's back. It's gone mad. Everyone! We must come! The Brahmyani all jump up. The berserkers are like, what do we do? This is chaos. And in this chaos, Igor grabs your arm, Stong, and he says, do you still wish to run?
I like turn towards my friends, and maybe just like through the mental link we're all talking, and he says, it sounds like they're in trouble here. Maybe we should help them.
Yes, perhaps we should.
We can't just go. We have to help.
It feels wrong now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are you muted, Sturge?
I have
Thinking very quietly.
noisy dogs nearby.
Dogs in your head.
I agree, but I worry. What can we do against a spirit of this sort? What is this thing? The boar spirit.
It's the one that Lazar maybe harmed. They thought maybe he killed it, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he just drove it mad.
Ooh. Hmm.
We need to find out.
Yeah,
Igor and Clement are like,
I think this is a good
Are they
chance to
talking?
learn from the best. Or the McLaren.
And perhaps earn their trust.
Yes.
It feels like the right thing to do. It's like a win all round. Don't tell me you didn't like
Okay.
that old lady, Sturge. She was sweet
Oh.
on you.
She was very kind.
She thinks there's something dark within you.
I think by dark she meant intriguing and hidden.
All right, reasonable thesis.
Hmm. Are people scrambling right now, or what's happening?
They are. Yes, this is a big deal, and so Igor and Clement are standing amongst you as you're having this conversation very quickly. They're talking to each other about whether they can get you to the door. So you turn back and go, "No, we want to help."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous, Clement says. I mean, you saw the coyote spirit, but what Theophil is saying, it refused the offering. Something is wrong with it, but it is still a spirit.
What do you do in these cases?
We have to find it. We have to subdue it. This doesn't happen very often. And Igor says, it does not happen.
We
So
find
He's
it, we
mad.
deal with it, we help it if possible.
Yes, you
So-
four are in a precarious position. We do not kill the spirits, but you four in particular cannot kill this one. The stain will never leave you.
but we can help?
Perhaps,
In what way?
We need to
Well-
find the right offering. Theophil was taking out magical something, right?
There was like a golden spear that he brought to the woods.
this is what it denied.
So it doesn't want a magical object. So perhaps it wants prey.
Perhaps
A sacrifice.
we should not do this. While there are many things wrong here. The boar is wild. It is if it is not listening to the offerings, we may need to take it down somehow to calm it, to still it so it will listen. If we just throw magic items at it, I don't know, perhaps this will work. Igor's like, I have many weapons.
Yeah, it sounds like basically we might have to subdue it. By either might or magic.
Now, are the Wicklerin being hustled off to safety, and this is something that the men have to
They
do
are hustling out with their berserkers
to go help?
to go help.
Okay, so
We should follow
everybody's
them.
okay.
So,
Artemisia's going to suggest that maybe we divide because we need to subdue it so it will accept an offering. So some people go to subduing and some people go to offering getting, is what she's suggesting.
What Igor and Clement are going to convey to you is that basically everyone is going to split in groups and try to cover the Ashenwood. This is a very large forest, and this thing moves pretty fast.
So how long does he think we can subdue it for? Long enough for others to go get magic to offer?
We should
it?
take them with us if we have something to offer.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna go see what Igor's got.
Yeah, let's
So-
do that.
Not to divide too much stuff for the poor DM, but Artemisia, her impulse is to grab Clement's hand and say, we should get prey.
It is a boar, though. Boars, they eat tubers, and we could dig up tubers. The kitchens, we could take potatoes. This is... We do this. Let's do this. We go get some sacks of potatoes. It could work.
Or are they magic potatoes?
Friend Stung, you can work the polymorph, yes?
Yeah. It's one of my specialties.
Can you polymorph someone or something into shambling mount? Giant durthans.
No. I'm afraid that that's outside of my capabilities. I can only do beasts.
You have not yet learned the true polymorph. I see. I see.
He was deeply afraid for a minute you were going to ask if he could turn someone into a sweet potato for the boar to eat. And I was like, this
Giant sweet
That's what
potato.
mine. I was actually imagining the scene from The Lion King and turning myself into like a giant grub or something. Hakuna Matata. Let's go.
Okay,
But,
so
I think I'd like to be
Artemisia
on
and-
Team Subjugation.
Okay. So Artemisia, Claude, you're gonna hit the kitchens. You're gonna get some sacks of tubers. You guys are gonna go up to Igor's workshop. Igor has a wall full of weapons that are kind of fancy design pieces. What do you want? What do you want to take?
Is there a net?
Surely.
You need some kind of like
Sure.
basket, and then you put the potatoes in the basket. you see.
Magical basket for magical potatoes. Yes. There's a net, you said? Like a magic net?
I'm trying to think if Ramyani, if Rashomar berserkers would fight with nets, and I feel like the answer is no. But sure, he's trying something new. There's a net.
Igor, you say this
Yes.
has never happened before.
It is no, this is not true. It is a transgression. Someone has done something. It's
Recently,
no,
Lazar.
not to my knowledge. This is what they say of the durthans sometimes.
Ah.
They try to leash the spirits, and then it doesn't work.
And it hurts the spirits, corrupts them.
Yes.
So, what would heal them?
You are asking questions. I'm only old man.
All right.
It's to remove the spell, to remove whatever they have used. Perhaps you take the thorn from the paw of the wolf. It will be a threat.
Is there like antitoxin here? Just in case it's
No,
poisoned?
that's not his jam. It's
Okay.
mostly weapons. You see that beautiful axe shining in the middle. But
Well, what would happen if we took that axe? Would he object?
are you gonna ask him for it?
Perhaps this glorious axe would soothe its spirit.
Igor looks up at the axe and he takes it down. He says, "This is my pride.
Yes.
But you tell me it lives on elsewhere. If this
Indeed.
is what will stop the boar spirit and help you leave this place to take care of whatever it is that Tsetseliya needs, then yes. Who's gonna take
Thank
the
you.
axe?
Um,
Can you use an axe?
I cannot. Perhaps Stong?
Stong would take the axe.
Okay.
What kind of axe is
This
it?
is a +3 axe.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is it a great axe? Battle axe?
It's a great axe.
Ooh.
It's a pretty great axe you have there.
Yes, it is! And then he like holds it above his head. And maybe like a glint of light comes on from yonder window, strikes off the blade of the axe, and it gleams golden in the light.
Okay, so Sebastian has started casting a spell and drawing this glyph in the ground in like a clearing in the wood. He's
Well,
like,
hang on. You're in Igor. They're in Igor's workshop now. So if you
okay,
take
yeah, but I'm not there. I'm just saying that's
Okay.
what I'm doing.
Sturge, are you gonna take anything off the weapon wall?
Yes, if First of all, he's going to look for something that matches his proclivities. Light weapons are, his something that he could carry easily: a rapier, a dagger.
There are several daggers.
Hmm?
There are several short swords and long swords. There aren't rapiers. That's not really their kind of jam.
I suppose whips aren't really their jam either.
Not for a battlesmith, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you had more time, you might be able to track down a Vremyani who makes whips.
A couple of these
I could
lovely
see that.
daggers.
Sebastian makes whips.
I could do that for you. I have leather work.
Oh, we shall talk. Yes, I think 3 of these daggers would be appropriate.
Okay.
1 seems like such a silly gift, almost negligible. 2 is it's too symmetrical. And
Well,
3.
I suppose that you can only use 1 at a time. These can be your +3 weapon because it's not like you can wield all 3.
Oh,
Although I will say, obviously, you will have to make choices about what you do with these things. So
now,
if you sacrifice them, I will make it up to you.
don't they have some kind of weapon ribbon that you can put on a weapon to increase its enchantment?
You can have a battle binding done.
That. Is there a
Oh.
binding on the wall?
No, that's something you will have to ask Igor to do for you. Would you like Igor to battle bind Mr. Whippy?
Yes. Mr. Whippy needs to be bound. He's
Don't
been a
make
very
it weird.
bad, very
Don't make it
bad.
weird, man.
What is Igor's proficiency bonus?
That's a wonderful question because there are no NPC Vremyani in this. By the way, I am using the lovely Rashemen campaign guide, which is available on the DM's Guild, and I highly recommend Rashemen Unapproachable East campaign guide. However, I will say they don't have any Vremyani NPCs. They say use an archmage, which becomes problematic. And also, there's no artificer NPCs. Come on.
Well, an archmage is probably +6 proficiency bonus.
Cool. So sure,
So-
he has that. Let's see.
So
where is
that battle wrap would add 5d6
4.
damage.
+4. +4 is the proficiency bonus for an archmage.
Oh, then it's 3d6.
Lovely.
Okay. So he binds up Mr. Whippy for you.
Oh.
Okay.
And it adds 3d6?
Yep.
The battle binding does have an AC. So,
Yeah, it could be attacked. It can take damage.
Okay.
Artemisia,
Yay, I
I'm gonna
get a
also
thing.
say, what'd you get?
Oh, the
Oh,
bling
you got
bling.
bling bling. I was gonna give you something that's not worth anything though, except feeling.
Well, you could the necklace. We could say that was the bling bling.
That's
Is it?
fair. Well, that's kind of you gotta figure it out, but that's your +3 thing. Anyway, sorry, spoil it. I am gonna say that actually, what Clement will do is put the battle binding on your armor, which will boost it. Basically, you get a resistance against your choice of the following: bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage.
Whose armor?
Your armor.
I don't have armor.
You don't have armor?
No,
Why is your
well-
armor class so high?
because of the dragon scales and then also the ring. The ring gives +2.
I don't feel good about Clement battle binding your ring. Deals off.
Yeah.
That's too weird. It's too weird.
Too fast.
He's
too
like,
soon.
I could, never mind. Do you need armor? But okay,
Could
so
probably apply it to robes or clothes or something.
that's fair. I have to admit, I don't totally know how to picture the battle wrap, but, yeah, it could be your dress gets a battle wrap. So you get
Maybe every-
resistance.
Maybe every Vremyani's battle wrap looks different, and it's it's keyed to like what their aesthetic is.
Maybe Artemisia got a battle garter.
Anyway, you get to pick bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
I'm thinking slashing.
I think that seems reasonable. I'm kind of forgetting what this different stuff does. All right. Okay, so you guys get your stuff. You go back out. You meet Sebastian. Sebastian, what are you doing?
I have been laying out this glyph of wording, which is basically a magical trap. It takes a while to create. So,
Okay.
and I explain mentally that if we can lure the boar spirit into this glyph, it will potentially trap it at least for a time.
Okay. And how? So you need to go find the war spirit and pull it towards the glyph.
Yes,
Yeah?
lure it this way.
Got it. And how far
Probably
into the woods-
running and screaming in terror.
Possibly. How far? So okay, here's what I'm gonna say. While you're doing that, Brother Theophil comes up upon you.
Yes, brother.
What are you doing, brother? There is chaos in the woods.
I am creating a trap, a lure, a binding for the spirit.
This you think will work?
It is worth a try.
I suppose. Where are your friends?
No doubt they are preparing to assist. They are good people with good intentions.
You keep saying this.
That's because it is true. You know I am no liar.
He's just gonna stare at you.
Oh, you've
So
known me since I was a boy, Brother Theophil. You know I cannot lie. Only to myself sometimes.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, I whisper that.
Oh, his
You
eyes
are
look
such
haunted
a
when he says that.
You are a strange boy. You're in the woods at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys come out, you go across, you find Sebastian with Brother Theophil. You have Clement and Igor with you. Although Igor is he's having a little trouble keeping up with you. He's trying, but
I let him ride the Pegasus.
perfect. Okay. Brother Theophil says, well, come along, we shall find the boar spirit.
Time to go on a hunt.
That finish my glyph?
Yes.
Okay. It is a spell glyph to do a magic circle.
All right.
So do you take it with you, or is it just in the
Oh, it
place?
just stays here.
Okay.
So we'd have to lure the boar spirit here.
Okay. You do know they're like that the ashen wood is quite large, so hopefully we'll make it. Okay.
That's just an option. If it happens, it happens.
I think it's a great. I'm mentally thinking like, how do we do that? All right, you hurry through the woods along a river. The moonlight is enough to see by, but only just. But as you hurry toward the area of the forest that Brother Theophil is leading you to, you do start to notice. Well, actually, give me a perception check.
Ooh,
Hey, 22.
20,
Ooh.
dirty 20. But
I also
You
got a
guys
20.
are on. You're on.
Paying attention
The-
this time.
The river's glowing.
Oh, no.
Is this
Brother
natural?
Theophil.
Sebastian.
Brother Theophil. Oh, Sebastian.
What is natural?
This is definitely feels like spirit magic.
Spirit
You
magic.
feel like Theophil, who has absolutely kept pace with you, despite the fact that you kind of got the feeling as you ran that Clement's like, let's go this way. Nah, Theophil's stuck on you like glue. He kneels down by the water. He says, it's near.
The boar.
The boar. You hear a sound like a trumpet, and you see a clearing ahead. You push through the bushes, and let's pull up roll 20.
Sweet.
All right, it's on.
It's not a map anymore. It's this. And
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Oh man.
Whoa!
I'm very
dang.
pleased with this. Okay, I'm just make sure I have all of you really quick.
I think you should be. That looks great.
Oh dear. Wow.
Okay, so here's this clearing that you're in. Standing at the other side of the clearing, alongside the glowing river, is a boar. But it's bigger than any boar you've ever seen. Its shoulder is 20 feet high. Lightning is crackling around tusks as long as beams. Its eyes are glowing, burning, flowing upward like flames. But Artemisia, it's not the same blue as the coyote. There is this, like a sickly purple cast to it, as if almost like something is growing in the flames, like a mildew is spreading through that bright blue light. It tosses its enormous head again, and it screams. And in the scream, you hear what sounds like many voices layering on top of each other, screaming, "Betrayers!" And now we roll initiative.
Nice.
Where's Fearful on this map?
I have to put I forgot. Okay, so I wasn't 100% sure if VFL was coming with you, so give me one second.
I just want to get behind him.
Okay, so we are at 9 o'clock. It might make sense to stop here and split this into two, which I'm a little like, remember when I thought this might take one session? Wasn't that cute?
Yep.
Because
no, that's perfect. This is a good.
It's probably a good place to start.
Yeah.
If we're all good.
That will like a potato.
That also gives you some time to think about what is the best way to fight a gargantuan boar spirit that you're not allowed to kill.
Could we even kill it if we tried?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I mean, I've got Sturge has a sling, and he could sling potatoes at it from
All right. Well, yeah. Come back next week to find out what the hell we do.
All right, we'll stop there. I've been your DM, Erin M. Evans. You can find me on Twitter at Erin M. Evans. You can join me on Wednesdays for Champions of Lore on twitch.tv/CNE Games, where I talk about the lore behind the game of our sponsor, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, which you can check out at idlechampions.com. You can also join me on this channel for Concentration Check every Monday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific, which is a co-writing space, so come and get some work done with me and also Yang Yang. And one more thing, my new book, Empire of Exiles, comes out in November, but it is currently available for pre-order. So if you are interested in reading a fantasy novel from me with lots of weird world building and a complex mystery with strange poisons and ancient, or not ancient really, old coups and then older crazy catastrophes, you should check it out. And it is available for pre-order wherever you like to buy your books. So consider that for me, please, because pre-orders really help.
Awesome.
I've been Eric Scott to be. Very tall person, and I write stuff as well. Check out my stuff. I recently had a story in the Basil and Mobius series that came out, and I am almost finished with a book that I'd love to talk about but can't quite yet. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We are still supporting charity for Ukrainian refugees. Check it out down below. Every little bit helps. Thank you for coming with us, and more time next week.
I've been Rhiannon Held, and if you are interested in space opera, try out my space opera series. You can win the first 4 novellas in the Compendium edition in ebook, so you can get it anywhere in the world. And it's got snarky AIs and adventure and space battles and sexy times and all kinds of good stuff. So to win that, you can enter here. We'll be drawing for that soon. You can enter on our Discord and our Discord has many cool things. You can chat with people about Idle Champions and about books and about writing. So check that out. Also check out our website, dungeonscrawlers.com. It's got recaps, links to the YouTube, and all of our different books. You can find links to those there too. And tonight, thank you to our moderators, Shay, I believe Seldrin was here earlier, Myrdug, and Rumpus and Prater.
Hi, I'm Ying Wang. Thank you so much for being here with us. We are going to do a special one-shot this upcoming Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that is going to be
daylight. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. But
Pacific.
yes. So it is going to be the Dark Souls one-shot, where it is going to be Steven, Aaron, myself, and Eric playing along with our special guest, Trevor Bettis, and Richard August, he's going to be the DM, and he was the head writer and designer for this Dark Souls TTRPG. So join us and see how well we do, how many times we can get by the encounters without dying.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
Thank you for coming. I'm Stephen Merlino. Remember, also before, if you do it now, it's not too late. You can put in !enter or !ticket into the chat to get yourselves into today's giveaways. Also, go to Discord for the very same giveaways in giveaways and polls section. And I think that's it.
Time to do the drawing, though.
Do the drawings.
Oh, the drawing. Yes.
I can't jump on my my microphone anymore because it's up here.
Kurt, give me a second. Hitting the button. Draw a winner. It's Hidden Target.
Hey, congratulations. Back on the winning boat.
Hidden Target, you won. And now,
Oh, hey, we just hit our goal for the International Rescue Committee, raising
Awesome.
money.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you
Good
so
job,
much.
everyone. You can still, donate money. Like, we can exceed our goal. That would be awesome.
Should do that.
Totally up to you, but
The
thank
donor's
you so
name is
much.
Stay Scrawly. That's amazing.
Okay. Give me a second. Gonna have to refresh here, apparently. One more drawing. Ooh, the timer stopped.
I can't believe I ever thought this was going to take one session.
Like
Yeah,
all
live
the way
and
up to the
learn.
bore is one session?
Yeah, I
Is what
thought,
you thought?
I thought so. I don't know why I thought that was gonna. I didn't
Interesting.
think you guys would like to explore all the stuff.
Of course we would. Of course
Turns
we
out-
would. Anyway.
Daza!
Hey, Daza!
Hey!
Daza
Congratulations.
wins. Right on. Well, thank you for coming, and stay groovy. And we will see you next week with Eric's group, the Hut group,
Team Witch
Team Hut.
Team Witch Hut.
Yeah, figure
Yep.
out what's going on with that hourglass.
That's right.
Bye-bye.